Okay, we got our piece here pleated up. So now we need to block it. Come in here, get your pins, start at one end, put a pin, and then just work your way up. I put mine about every 2 inches. I'll pull some. I'll get my steam iron in here later, once this is dried out a little bit, and steam it. And then tomorrow I'll be ready to cut. I've got 2 weeks to get this finished and see if I can actually make myself something in the process and get my client's gray vest and pant finished. And I've got one other project I've got to do, which is to add a length onto that rodeo queen outfit I made before I go. So that's what I have to do before I can even consider myself ready. What's the matter, puppy dog? What's the matter, doodle dog? We got pup and doodles. Is it Rogo? We are totally hooked on Game of Thrones. Loved Called Rogo in the first season. And that's why we named the dog Called Rogo. Okay, now let's go over here. This is coming up to here. Now you see how the pin is wanting to shift. So we need to pull that up and then start. You might want to go every inch at first. And I'm putting the pins in at an angle this way. Don't forget that's pleated over, so it looks like every one of these pleats are going to end up at an inch mark. So I'll just kind of pull them over. It gets hard to work with these pins. Now your pleating may not end up as the inch mark. Maybe totally different. But what I like to do is to go ahead and put it at the inch on this particular one. These little headed pins, they do make your hands sore. So I'm just going to go along and pin this. Just give it a little tug, not much. Once you get the one lengthwise and one crosswise done, then you're going to start from the middle on the next lengthwise and go out that way. See how far this is going to block out? Try to keep it at that mark, 1 inch at the top. Yeah, this hurts. And actually, I'm getting off, aren't I? break in my back. Nearly broke my back trying to do, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yards of fringe. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4.5 to 5 yardages of fringe at 1/4 inch a piece. Imagine how back-breaking that was. Oh, it was killing me. But it turned out real pretty. It did. It turned out really pretty. Okay, almost done with the top here. One more. Okay, now. Let's go ahead and do this up here. I don't think it's going to stretch that far, but it might. Just kind of stretch it down. You're probably going to want to do inch along the inch again, and it will stretch. I've still got pins out there, don't I? This is why you block it, because the sewing of the basting threads drew the whole length up. It just pulled it together. So you need to stretch it back out. Most seamstresses I know put their pins in their mouth. Notice how easily this is stretching up. Okay. How many more pins do we have out? Okay. This really needs to be pulled out further. So I didn't get these in real well. Let's start. Let's do this over again, and I'll show you why. Okay, we want this line to match up here. So we're going to start like that. And then we're going to pull this. Because this, well, we'll pull this over to here and do this line. So let's do this. Let's kind of pull him up. These pins really hurt my fingers. sometimes if you're lucky, you'll catch that hole that you made before. Let's take this pin out for now so I can pull these up. I keep thinking about that little girl trying to cheat. She's not much more than 11 or 12. I know the kids make mistakes, and she wanted to win, but she deserved to be humiliated like that. She deserved to be taken out of the pageant. Native American tribes used to use humiliation as a form of punishment. No one likes to be humiliated. It's embarrassing. And you remember the object lesson a lot better. It was posted on Facebook or someplace once where a parent was punishing her child by making them stand on a street corner with a sign that said what they did wrong. And there's a bunch of people just throwing a fit over that. How can you embarrass your child like that? Punishment should stay in the home. No. Parent needs to determine what kind of punishment is best suited for the child. Not all punishments will work on every child. It's not like a blanket fix. See, this is working out much better. Tell you, I watched that series, The Following, the first season, and it was good. Second season, it was okay. This season, just totally terrible. I haven't even been watching it. I just stopped watching it. I record it, but I don't know why. Okay, 2 more pins here, and then we can do the lengthwise. And we only have to do over 2 inches here. And I'll come back in a few hours and continue on with the steaming and the pressing of this. Let's just pull a few pins out. Not too many. I'm always fighting bugs. I hate bugs. I keep a good supply of dry ale on hand just so I can wash my clients' garments up, either dry clean or through the washer. Okay, that's all pinned up. I'm going to turn these pins this way though. Anchor this a little bit better. So it'll have that nice good stretch. And then we'll be ready to cut. Okay, now all we have to do is to let that dry a little bit, and then we'll come back in here with the iron, press it up real good, and then we can cut it. And don't forget, Lisa, to cut it mirrored. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a great night. All right, YouTube, this is only slightly damp, so we're going to go ahead and iron it. Get my pins out of the way so I don't drop them and spill them everywhere, which I have been known to do. So, I did bring us some press cloths just in case I need them. But then I just go around and I just kind of steam it. You really want to press towards your pleats. Ah, pin. And here's another one. Now I told you there's one thing I don't like about this board is that it won't lie flat. There's too much of it. I'm going to get a box blade and cut it off right here. This part here will be enough. Actually, I'll have to put it that way. Ah, another pin. 3 pins. Okay, I think that will work. Didn't need my press cloths after all. I thought I'd have to wet them, but I didn't. So now we'll let this cool down, and once it's cooled down, we'll unpin it and then start cutting our pieces. Then we start sewing together. Joy! I've got to go ahead and cut out the top part of the dress, and we'll do that next. I actually might not be too far behind after all. All right, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later.